Did you know that just 30 years ago, Georgia was a crumbling Soviet state with bleak prospects? Fast forward to today, and this tiny nation has transformed into a thriving digital nomad paradise. But how did such a dramatic change happen in such a short time? Imagine walking down a street where Soviet-era apartment blocks stand side by side with sleek, modern co-working spaces. Picture yourself sipping locally made wine in a trendy cafe surrounded by entrepreneurs from all over the world. This is the reality of modern-day Georgia, and we're about to uncover the secrets behind its remarkable transformation. Picture this: a decrepit Soviet-era apartment block, its facade crumbling and windows boarded up, stands as a stark reminder of Georgia's troubled past. But right next door, a gleaming glass and steel structure rises, its modern design a testament to the country's remarkable transformation. This juxtaposition is not just architectural, it's a visual representation of Georgia's journey from post-Soviet ruin to thriving economic hub. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Georgia found itself in a precarious position. The newly independent nation faced a perfect storm of challenges: civil unrest, the loss of Soviet economic ties, and a GDP that plummeted by a staggering 70% in the early 1990s. Hyperinflation ravaged the economy, and many Georgians struggled to make ends meet. The country's future looked bleak, with political instability further complicating efforts to rebuild. But Georgia's story didn't end there. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw the implementation of bold economic reforms aimed at stabilizing the shaky economy. The government embarked on an ambitious program of privatizing state-owned enterprises and deregulating industries. These measures, while initially disruptive, laid the groundwork for a gradual recovery that would surprise even the most optimistic observers. A pivotal moment in Georgia's transformation came with the Rose Revolution of 2003. This peaceful change in leadership ushered in a new era of political stability, which in turn boosted investor confidence and created a more favorable business environment. Foreign companies began to take notice of Georgia's potential, and foreign direct investment started to flow into the country. The numbers tell a compelling story of Georgia's economic renaissance. From the depths of its post-Soviet crisis, the country's GDP has grown steadily, with foreign direct investment reaching an impressive $1.5 billion in 2019. This influx of capital has primarily targeted sectors such as energy, transport, and real estate, helping to modernize Georgia's infrastructure and create new opportunities for its citizens. As you walk through the streets of Tbilisi today, you'll witness the fruits of this economic transformation firsthand. Soviet-era buildings have been given new life, repurposed to meet the needs of a 21st century economy. Take, for example, the Fabrika, a former Soviet sewing factory that has been transformed into a vibrant community space for startups and creatives. This innovative use of space perfectly encapsulates Georgia's ability to honor its past while embracing a dynamic future. The country's rapid modernization hasn't gone unnoticed by international observers. One economist remarked, "The transformation of Georgia from a post-Soviet state to a market economy is a remarkable success story that showcases the potential of economic liberalization." This praise is well-deserved, as Georgia has managed to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds to become a beacon of progress in the region. While economists praise Georgia's market reforms, a silent revolution is taking place in its cities and cafes. Imagine a country where 1 in every 10 foreigners you meet is working remotely from their laptop. In Georgia, this isn't just imagination, it's reality. What has turned this former Soviet republic into a magnet for digital nomads? Digital nomads, a growing workforce of location-independent professionals, are flocking to Georgia in unprecedented numbers. These modern-day wanderers leverage technology to work from anywhere in the world, seeking destinations that offer a perfect blend of affordability, quality of life, and reliable internet connectivity. Georgia, with its unique combination of these factors, has emerged as an unexpected haven for this tech-savvy community. At the heart of Georgia's appeal is its innovative approach to attracting remote workers. The country has introduced a digital nomad visa program that allows foreigners to live and work in Georgia for up to 1 year without needing a local job. This forward-thinking policy has opened the doors to a diverse community of international professionals, from software developers to content creators, all drawn by the prospect of experiencing Georgia's rich culture while advancing their careers. Compared to other popular digital nomad destinations, Georgia stands out for its affordability. While places like Bali or Lisbon have long been favorites among remote workers, Georgia offers a compelling alternative. The cost of living in Tbilisi, for instance, is significantly lower than in many Western cities, allowing digital nomads to enjoy a high quality of life without breaking the bank. From affordable housing to inexpensive local cuisine, Georgia provides an attractive economic proposition for those looking to maximize their income while minimizing expenses. But it's not just about the money. Georgia's digital infrastructure plays a crucial role in attracting and retaining remote workers. With average download speeds around 30 Mbps, the country's internet connectivity is more than sufficient for most remote work needs. This robust digital backbone ensures that nomads can stay connected and productive, whether they're working from a trendy cafe in Tbilisi or a remote mountain village in Svaneti. The experiences of digital nomads in Georgia paint a vivid picture of the country's appeal. Sarah, a web designer from the United States, shares her perspective. "I came to Georgia for a month and ended up staying for a year. The combination of stunning landscapes, friendly locals, and the ease of setting up as a remote worker here is unbeatable. Plus, the co-working spaces in Tbilisi are on par with anything I've seen in Silicon Valley. And indeed, the proliferation of co-working spaces across Georgia, particularly in Tbilisi, has created a thriving ecosystem for digital nomads. These spaces offer more than just a desk and Wi-Fi. They've become hubs of innovation and collaboration, fostering a sense of community among local and international professionals alike. It's not uncommon to find a Georgian startup founder brainstorming with a Canadian graphic designer or a German software engineer in these dynamic environments. As Georgia's tech scene flourishes, its rich cultural heritage faces a unique challenge. Imagine a country where blockchain technology and 8,000-year-old winemaking traditions coexist. How does Georgia strike a balance between preserving its ancient roots and racing towards a digital future? Georgia's cultural heritage runs deep, with traditions that have endured for millennia. The country is renowned for its ancient winemaking techniques, which date back over 8,000 years. This makes Georgia one of the oldest wine-producing regions in the world. However, in the face of rapid modernization, the nation finds itself at a crossroads between honoring its past and embracing the future. The challenge of preserving tradition while embracing modernization is not unique to Georgia, but the country's approach to this dilemma is remarkable. Instead of viewing tradition and innovation as mutually exclusive, Georgian businesses are finding innovative ways to blend the two. This fusion is particularly evident in the wine industry, where ancient techniques are being enhanced by modern technologies. In a surprising twist, some Georgian wineries are now using blockchain technology to ensure the authenticity and traceability of their wines. This innovative approach allows consumers to trace the journey of their wine from the vineyard to their glass, providing transparency and building trust in the age-old Georgian winemaking process. It's a perfect example of how tradition and technology can work hand in hand to create something truly unique. But the integration of old and new isn't limited to the wine industry. Across Georgia, businesses are finding creative ways to innovate within traditional sectors. Textile producers, for instance, are incorporating modern design elements into traditional Georgian fabrics, creating products that appeal to both local and international markets. This blend of old-world craftsmanship and contemporary aesthetics is helping to keep traditional industries alive while making them relevant in the modern world. The Georgian government is playing a crucial role in this balancing act, recognizing the importance of both cultural preservation and economic progress. The government has initiated various programs to support businesses that successfully integrate traditional practices with modern technologies. These initiatives provide grants and other forms of support to entrepreneurs who are finding innovative ways to keep Georgia's cultural heritage alive in the digital age. This fusion of tradition and modernity is not just happening in business, it's becoming a part of daily life in Georgia. Traditional Georgian dance and music are being incorporated into modern performances, creating a vibrant cultural scene that attracts both locals and tourists. In Tbilisi, you might find yourself attending a techno party in a centuries-old bathhouse, or enjoying a fusion restaurant that blends traditional Georgian cuisine with international flavors. As Georgia continues to navigate this delicate balance between its rich past and promising future, a unique national identity is emerging. It's an identity that respects and celebrates the country's ancient roots while eagerly embracing the opportunities of the digital age. This blend of old and new is creating a Georgia that is both deeply rooted in its history and excitingly forward-looking. Yet, As Georgia races towards its ambitious future, it faces a paradox that could derail its progress. How can a country with such a rich past navigate the pitfalls of rapid modernization without losing its soul? The challenges ahead are as complex as they are unexpected. Georgia's remarkable transformation from post-Soviet ruin to digital nomad paradise is a testament to the country's resilience and adaptability. However, this rapid growth has brought with it a host of challenges that threaten to undermine the very progress that has been made. At the heart of these challenges lies a growing divide between urban and rural areas, with the wealth gap widening at an alarming rate. While cities like Tbilisi have seen significant economic growth and development, rural regions are struggling to keep pace. This disparity is leading to a mass migration of young people from rural areas to urban centers in search of better opportunities. As a result, rural communities are facing declining populations, inadequate infrastructure, and limited access to essential services such as education and healthcare. The influx of digital nomads and foreign investment, while beneficial in many ways, has also contributed to rising costs of living in urban areas. This has put pressure on local communities, particularly those on lower incomes, who are finding it increasingly difficult to afford housing and basic necessities in their own cities. The question arises, how can Georgia ensure that its economic growth benefits all its citizens, not just a select few? Environmental concerns are also mounting as Georgia's urban areas expand rapidly. The Caucasus Environmental NGO Network has reported significant habitat loss and degradation of green spaces in cities like Tbilisi. This urban sprawl not only impacts the natural environment but also affects the quality of life for residents. Balancing economic development with environmental preservation is a challenge that Georgia must address to ensure sustainable growth. Geopolitical tensions continue to cast a shadow over Georgia's future prospects. The ongoing conflicts in the separatist regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia, coupled with the country's proximity to Russia, create an atmosphere of uncertainty that can deter foreign investment and hinder economic stability. Navigating these complex geopolitical waters while maintaining its course towards modernization is a delicate balancing act for Georgia. Despite these challenges, Georgia is not standing still. The government has recognized the need for a more balanced approach to development and is implementing innovative strategies to address these issues. One such initiative focuses on enhancing rural development through targeted infrastructure investments and support for local businesses. These efforts aim to create more equitable economic opportunities across the country and stem the tide of rural to urban migration. In the environmental realm, Georgia is exploring sustainable development practices. The promotion of ecotourism and investments in renewable energy sources are seen as vital steps towards balancing economic growth with environmental preservation. These initiatives not only address ecological concerns, but also create new economic opportunities in sectors aligned with global sustainability trends.